In this video I'm going to introduce you to the Holy Grail of personal growth and development. And I'm going to tell you some things about me that you probably never knew. It wasn't that long ago where I literally couldn't speak to more than one person at a time. If there are two people in front of me and I had to have a conversation with both of them, I literally couldn't do it. My brain would scramble and I could only focus on one person. I was a complete introvert. I really was, complete introvert. I couldn't even do this with my arms when I was speaking. If I was speaking, I had to be completely still. That was me once upon a time. And things changed. And so I'm going to tell you what changed and how I changed it. And it's actually the Holy Grail of personal development. It's just kind of dawned upon me. It's actually much more simple than people think. Because I've been someone who's been searching for the Holy Grail for many, many years, not even realizing that I had discovered it right at the beginning, So, like I said, there was once upon a time where I literally couldn't speak to more than one person at a time without my brain scrambling. And then, like literally about a year later, I got offered to speak on stage in front of about 40 or 50 people. And I had an hour slot. And I ended up being on that stage by myself, speaking to those people for an hour and a half. And the guy who was hosting the event, he kept on looking at his watch and looking at me, going, when are you going to finish? You're past your hour. And I just kept going for an hour and a half because something had happened. Something had shifted, something had changed within me. And I wasn't even sure what it was at the time or how it had happened, but I had an idea. And it all started with a guy with these really big hands and big white teeth called Anthony Robbins. You may have heard of him. And I got my hands on his book, Awaken the Giant Within, and I just got a real thirst for personal development from that. And I just soaked all that up. I soaked it into my cells, everything he said. And I started listening to his audios obsessively, incessantly. Anytime I was in my car, I was listening to them. Anytime I was working, I was listening to them. Anytime I was in the house, I was listening to them. All the time. So anytime someone got in my car, I turned the car on, suddenly boom, Tony started booming out. Anytime someone was in the house, boom, it was on. People were getting concerned about me. My brother and different people like that were saying, look, you're getting brainwashed. You're listening to stuff so much, it's brainwashing you. But the truth of the matter was that I needed a good brainwashing. I really did. There was so much garbage going around in my head that I needed a good brainwashing. Most people, they've got all this garbage floating around in their head. They're watching daytime TV or nighttime TV or whatever sort of TV it is. And so they've got these rubbish sitcoms or whatever else going on in their head. They're watching the news all the time, reading the newspapers, and all this stuff that's going on around the world that is completely, a lot of propaganda and kind of twisted stuff that's maybe not even real, half of it. Just twisted for such and such beliefs. And all this stuff's in their head and really doing them no good whatsoever, And so I had a lot of garbage in my head, so I really needed a good brainwashing. Different disempowering beliefs about myself and about all sorts of things, reality in general. So I listened to that stuff obsessively until it went into all my cells. And I went to a couple of events as well, a couple of seminars. And it shifted me, it changed me. I was reading incessantly, something Tony Robbins said was, he said when he was young, like 19 or something, he said he just started reading books. And he said over the space of a few years, he was aiming for a book a day, he didn't quite manage that, but over the space of a few years he read 700 books, I think 3 to 4 years or something. Quite a lot of books. And he says he put so much good stuff in, that good stuff started to come out. And that's what I did. I started putting so much good stuff in, and internalizing it, that good stuff just started to come out. And I was reading loads of books, I was listening to loads of audios, not just from Tony, from other people as well. And that's what started to happen. I went to a few events and immersed myself in it, and that's what started to happen. And now I've, over 5, almost 6 million views on YouTube of people all over the world who thinks it's a good idea to listen to what I have to say quite often. That's pretty cool, But literally there was once upon a time when I couldn't speak to one person, more than one person at once. If I had to sit in a room full of people and speak to them, I couldn't do it. I literally couldn't do it. So, the That's what changed. That's what changed. So what changed it was, the first thing, this is the holy grail of personal growth and development. The first thing is reading. Reading. Not reading the newspapers, not reading some trash novel, but reading good information, reading stuff that is going to develop you in some way, reading about health, reading about success, reading about personal development, reading about whatever. Just putting good information into yourself that you could then teach others about, right? Other thing was listening to audio, stroke watching video. So it wasn't just audio, but it was also, you know, whenever the internet started to come big and YouTube and stuff like that and different sort of membership sites, I was in there. I was watching everyone's interviews, all the different people in the world, all the health gurus, the success gurus, all the different spiritual gurus, the relationship people. I was watching their interviews, I was watching their videos, the same way as you're watching this video right now. I was watching all their videos, all the time. Any chance I got, I was watching someone's video. I wasn't watching rubbish when I went onto YouTube. I was always watching something that was educational, unless the odd thing caught my eye, if you know what I mean. So that's the next thing. That's what we want to do. So that was the two things I did. But then what you also want to do is what's the opposite to this is writing, right? If you're reading, you also want to be writing. Because you're taking the good stuff in by reading, then you're putting the good stuff out by writing. And on the flip side of this, listening to audio video is actually making your own audios and your own videos. So you have this and this, yeah? So this, in a nutshell, is the Holy Grail. That is the Holy Grail of personal growth and development. It seems very simple, and it is, but how many people are doing it? How many people are really doing it every single day? Who will commit to this every day? And this is my commitment. This is what I do every single day. Every day I read. Every day I write. Every day I listen to audio, watch video. Every day I make an audio or make a video. That's what I do. And by doing this repeatedly, you know, just keep, you know, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. You just keep doing this every single day. Amazing things start to happen. Really amazing things start to happen, right? But you can't not do this and only do this. You can't write and only make videos. You have to also be learning. You also have to be taking the good stuff in. Because if I just started doing this here without doing this, you know, it just would have been garbage. You know, garbage in, garbage out. Good stuff in, good stuff out, right? The brain is like a computer, you know. So treat it like that. Put the good stuff in, and the good stuff comes out. So that's simply it. Yeah, the only other thing, this is daily. You want to be doing this. Where do I write it? Here, daily. This is what you do daily. This is the Holy Grail is doing it daily. Not doing it once a week, not once a month, or not whenever you feel like it, not whenever the stars are in alignment. This is doing it daily. This is the Holy Grail is doing it daily, not whenever else. And the last thing is you want to do immersion now and again. So now and again, you want to either do go to some sort of seminar, you know, some sort of retreat, or something like that. And that is what you do. You immerse yourself. Whether you go for a weekend, a week, 2 weeks, and you immerse yourself in something, you be with the like-minded people, you actually be and connect with the people who you're learning from, and now and again you do that. And all that together, that makes up the Holy Grail of personal growth and personal development. It is really that simple. That's all you have to do. Just find the teachers out there that you resonate with, that you can learn from, that are putting out great stuff themselves, getting great results, and you just learn from them, and then you start to develop your own wisdom. Your own experiences start to come into play. Not that you're becoming like a carbon copy of them, or you're just regurgitating what they're saying. No, you actually learn from them, and your own wisdom starts coming out, and you learn the communication techniques, the different patterns, and the various personality traits that are already inside you anyway. And that's what you do, and that's how you absolutely revolutionize your life. Absolutely revolutionize it. But things don't happen overnight. things don't happen overnight, but doing it daily, great things happen. And you know, an overnight success, we look at people who think they're just like an overnight success, but quite often an overnight success takes about 25 years. If you really want to become great, if you really want to become great in this lifetime, commit to this for 25 years. Imagine if you did this every single day here for 25 years. You would become great at whatever it is, whatever your field is, whatever your niche is, whatever it is. You will become absolutely great at it, and you will leave an immortal mark in history when you do that. So make a commitment right now, make a commitment today to do this every single day for 25 years. The greatest people in the world are people who have vision, that aren't short-sighted, that will look beyond, decades. And they're the ones that leave the immortal mark in history. And you know, when would it now be a great time to start doing that? Okay, thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, share the videos. Let us know a comment, you know, anything at all. I'm always interested in hearing from you. Okay, thank you very much. See you soon.